when you have a triangle within a triangle, they end up being similar figures. And when they're similar, we know that the corresponding sides are going to be proportional. So the significance of this is we're going to go ahead and label from angle C right here, that sine, which if we look at SOHCAHTOA, which involves the ratio of the sides for sine, cosine, and tangent. For sine, we know it's opposite over hypotenuse. So from angle C, opposite is going to be 3, but notice that when we're talking about a ratio, it's not talking about lengths. So we're going to put 3x, and then for the hypotenuse right here, which is directly opposite the right angle, we're going to put 5x. So if our goal is to find the length of BC, in other words, to find out what 5x is, we first need to figure out what the x is. So let's go over to the other triangle and see what was the purpose of giving us that. Well, we can see if this is a right angle, because you have a linear pair, we know that they have to add up to 180, so this is also 90. So we have a right triangle there, and we know these two side lengths. We can figure out this third side length by applying Pythagorean theorem. So we know that this is the hypotenuse because it's across from the right angle. So that's going to be the c squared component. The order of the other two don't really matter, but we could say 9 squared plus, let's go ahead and call this, instead of using the 3x, let's just call it y, and you'll see why in a moment. And we'll go ahead and apply Pythagorean theorem. Use your calculator as much as you see fit. And you go ahead and subtract the 81. Let's go to the calculator just to show what we would do. Let's do 225 minus 81, whether you use your own calculator or Desmos. And then because of the fact that that's the y squared value, you might already recognize what the square root of 144 is, but just in case, we'll go to square root, so second and x squared of 144, or I could just press up and enter so it populates it there, and we get 12. So that is the value of this side here. We already established that it is 3x. Divide by 3, you get that x is 4. If x is 4, we can just plug that in here. 5 times 4 gives us the answer of 20.